the keeper of his conscience, the courier of his news, that we look for strength and assistance. Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, and no republic can survive. Fight for what's right. Fight for your life.
Brother, what's going on?
Airborne, how we doing? How we doing?
Not bad, not bad, not bad. Monday. We just got Trump signing an executive order. I'm looking into, just minutes ago, unsolved cases of missing Native Americans. Lots of their kids or women, mostly women and children, missing.
Oh, wow.
So,
wow.
He's, let me get this going here. That's no good. Okay. There we go. There we go. We got the live chat above us.
All right.
Center that a little better.
I still don't have the notification yet. That's crazy. They don't like me.
Of course they do not, Woodman.
You know it. You know it.
So how is everyone doing out there today? I'm going to change this to...
Survived the weekend, the holidays. Good turkey time, family time. Yeah.
It was good. I'm still stuffed. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Computer guy at Michael, what was my rate? My rate initially was D Seaman, damage control. So I was into fires, floodings, and hazardous material spills. I was on board the USS George Washington. And then I took an injury, neck injury, and transferred to shore duty, Great Lakes. And there I got training in computers, which I already had previous skills in before the service. And then I got into, like I said, for the next several years on shore duty. Up at Great Mistakes, took a whole bunch of computer courses that were offered. And I was on a computer sitting down job because of my injury to rehabilitate, and basically got retrained in computers. So there is a
what do you call the Great Lakes now? What do you call them?
Great Mistakes.
Yeah.
Gotta update some stuff here, folks. Sorry. Please join as a member. all the stuff down below is gone. So let me just grab that here real quick. Once our live came back, looks like they kind of wiped stuff out. So Woodman, I'll ask you, did you see anything on the impeachment? They're supposed to be announcing, or the Democrats are supposed to read their list of crimes.
Not yet. No, but they want a response by Wednesday, correct? Well, they don't even know how to get. There's no list come out yet. No communication yet between the Democrats and Republicans, I guess. From what I've seen, it's terrible. How can you prepare for a hearing like that? Well, I know, but I mean, there's a crime with the Democrats, wasting millions and millions of dollars and time.
Well, yeah, I didn't mean there's no crime. There's no crime on.
No crime on our side, anyway.
Well, I don't really have a side per se. Some do. Some are more. Like I said, I think you feel the same. We're more abiding by whoever does the right thing. Follows the Constitution that we and the laws of the land as of right now.
Yes, indeed.
Happy Monday, you guys. Awesome. I'm glad to see here we got Jenny Miller, Frank Bolin. Got some members in the house here.
All right. I must not have paid my bill and no notification yet. I can't believe it. Crazy. Woodman has been cut out.
You're cut out?
Well, I mean,
Sorry, I'm reading
no
comments
notification.
Yeah. All right, you guys, just waiting for some people to join in the room. We're about 5 minutes in. Sorry. Typing, looking, updating some stuff here I needed to take care of. You guys are just joining in on a Monday. And again, welcome all new subscribers. I'm going to do a shout out here real quick to the members, to the ones that I'm promised, I think, in that tier. I'm trying to pull it together here. Give me 1 second. Then we're going to jump into a few articles, or some headlines anyway, more to say. Because there is some stuff happening. Like I said, Trump just signed this. So the day before Thanksgiving, President Trump signed an order to create a task force that will probe the problem of missing Native Americans. The president says he is chiefly concerned with the cases. Chiefly concerned with cases of missing women and children. I'll play the video here. So a 2008 study found women in some tribal communities are 10 times more likely murdered than average Americans. The National Crime Information Center said there was 5,712 reports of missing American Indians and Alaska Native women and girls in 2016, but only 116 of the cases were logged in federal missing persons database. The executive order, called Operation Lady Justice, establishes a task force to combat the issue. Native American leaders and Attorney General William Barr gathered around the Trump in the Oval Office for the signing session today. Shannon Hosley, president of Stockbridge Muncie Community Board of the Mohican Indians, said in a statement after the executive order was signed that it was an important first step. While there is much more that needs done to stop the violence perpetrated on the Native women and the girls, I appreciate the administration for taking the very first important steps in establishing this whole task force. And like I said, other issues going on that I got written down right here, Woodman, that we went over last night, are, 100,000 killed from the cartels of Americans.
Right.
When have we put up with stuff like that in this country, that we don't normally go to war over, much less groups of people? Is it because it's slow played throughout the year that there's 100K? Is this a lifetime, or I don't know if I've gotten that wrong. If anyone knows in the comment, is it 100K a year that we're suffering, or is it 100K lifetime? Trump said something like times 10. So I don't know if that's like been going on for about 10 years. This is a number. I mean, we just saw shortly after our live feed, there was like a shootout down at the border. I saw like 21 dead. And I don't know if it was on, was it on the Texas side, or was that just on the
Mexican side, but
okay,
in the Texas area. Yeah.
All right. You know, I mean, I don't know where those numbers. Yeah, there you go. I mean, that's
cartel shootout. Yes, sir.
All right, let me get this. All right, this is awesome. We got let me pull this over here and look at you guys, and here we go. We got I'm just going to name some names here. Frank Bolin, Gary Warner. I'm not trying to butcher anyone's name, but I'll do it my best. Frank Bolin, Gary Warner, Gail Harris, Fawn Lee Greeny, Diane M. Ward, Dale Brasier, Mel Four Stars, Janine Miller, Peg Capadonna, Dave Shearer, Paulette Downing, EO2 Dave, Paul Bloomist, Norman Rambo, Donna Kaler Silverwolf, Blaine Trusteder, Nancy Chang, Chris Babine, Natty Nuff, Not Enough, there it is, Not Enough, Hot Enough, Hot Enough, Derek, Melody Ann, Jennifer Biaz, Daniel Bird, Sherry Owens, Adam Lewis, Jeanette Walker, Edith Chupp, Jim Stowicki, Bob K. Meyer, Chris Gordon, Wendy Rosebud, Drone RX7, Tim Combs, Wendy McMillan, Terry Grieve, Sue New, Wisdom 101, Fifth Miracle, and Parts Driver. Those are the members. And I went from newest to oldest. So the very first one, it looks like it's Parts Driver, then Fifth Miracle. Those are the hitting the 16-day mark. And these other, some are at the 0 because they just did it. And we welcome you, 40 members to the channel. And I just read out every single body's name. Okay.
Great.
It's hot enough, like had enough. Had enough. Okay. Nice. Thank you, Face. She corrected me there. I'm just, some of these names on YouTube are funny and awesome, and they're creative. Thank you, guys. New cues. Let's take a look here.
Got a lot of people here. Yeah, a lot of people in the house.
Yes, lots of people.
Welcome. Monday.
Bidding on reservations. Coincidence. Looking into some stuff as well. Let's look at some headlines here. So DOJ watchdog expected to downgrade spying on Trump campaign to typical law enforcement activities. So there's lots of buzzwords here, folks. In late September, Real Clear Investigations Paul Sperry suggested, let me pull this up. Got it right here. All right, so in late September, Real Clear Investigations, Paul Sperry suggested that the Inspector General Michael Horowitz, tasked with investigating and exposing wrongdoing at the highest levels, was feared to be pulling punches in order to protect establishment darlings in his upcoming report on Russia investigation. Now we learn that Horowitz, who volunteered on several Democratic political campaigns while in college and is married to a former liberal political activist, Obama donor, and CNN employee, is expected to conclude that the FBI didn't spy on the Trump campaign. Instead, when longtime FBI CIA asset Stephen Halper and his undercover FBI assistant named Azaro Turk befriended George Papadopoulos, it was nothing more than typical law enforcement activity, according to the New York Times. Mr. Horowitz found no evidence that Mr. Halper tried to infiltrate the Trump campaign itself. The people familiar with the draft report said, such as by seeking inside campaign information or a role in the organization. The FBI also never directed him to do so, former officials said. Instead, Mr. Halper focused on eliciting information from Mr. Page and Mr. Papadopoulos about their ties to Russia. So, Mr. Trump and his allies have pointed to some of the investigative steps that the FBI took as evidence of spying, though they were typical law enforcement activities. New York Times, that's a quote from them right there. Recall the Obama administration had paid Halper over $1 million over several years, with nearly half of it surrounding the 2016 elections. So here we go. This takes us to Tyler Durden over at Zero Hedge, DOJ watchdog. So the FBI never tried to place informants inside the Trump campaign. They only ran informants to solicit information from people who worked for the campaign. Is it just me, or does this seem like a distinction without difference? See the word porn they use there? See the word porn they use there, Woodman?
You know it. You know it.
It's just like when Trump said they spied, and they said, no, we don't spy. We use, so they use the word confidential human source. If you were to use the word informant or rat, they wouldn't understand your lingo. This is what Bill Clinton did when they had asked him, and he lied. He got caught lying. He claimed that they didn't ask him. Well, you guys kept saying sexual relation. I don't consider what I got a sexual relation. It's not me buying her dinner. I didn't like the lady. I just did this. You guys used the wrong words. You didn't ask me right.
Yep.
You know, semantics, word porn, moving things around.
Lawyer against lawyer.
There you go. A couple of witty people, kind of, I guess, or whatever. So
loophole, all the way around.
He is a swamp creature. So I'm not seeing any new key drops here. Let me look.
You want me to pet your leg, Mike?
Is there a new trip code?
Will your hairs stand back up if I stroke your leg, Mike? You want to go in the pool, sit on my lap?
Oh, that took us to the key research board. That links back to 8 Kun. There we go. Top. All right, I did want to read this anyway right here. I'll save that. I'm going to save that. Oh, where did it go on me? Dang it. Some stuff dropped right there. Give us a second here, folks. That's 11:25. This right here. I want to save. What the heck? Load up. All right, this site is a little janky, so I'm going to do hey Woodman, what do you got? Anything to share with anybody or what?
Some kind of a list of whatever as far as so they can get ready for this impeachment bull crap, you know. And I really can't wait till the end of this week when a few things are going to start leaking out. Then you have next week after that, more coming out. Um, Ought to be really interesting, that's for sure. I
Yeah,
know, I know, and Republicans are really, you just, and rightfully so. How are they going to try and defend against anything if they don't know what they're being defending against? Who, what, when, where, and why, and all that. And if the Democrats are still keeping that under hat, how can they? How can they even, prepare for that? Ridiculous.
I
Ridiculous.
agree. I agree. So
And
the
then they
White
got the deep.
Rabbit is Bunny Mellon. Quite the trip. The White Rabbit is Bunny Mellon. Bunny Mellon named Paul Mellon. Paul Mellon worked for the OSS. The OSS was a precursor for the CIA. Paul Mellon was the son of Andrew W. Mellon. The Andrew W. Mellon Foundation grants money to the Wexner Central for Arts. Leslie Wexner bankrolled Epstein. Epstein's mansion was located across the street from the Frick Collection. The Frick Collection was created after Henry C. Frick's death. Henry C. Frick was a coke king who supplied pure coke to the Carnegie Still Empire. Henry C. Frick was financed by the Mellon Bank. Aloka is owned by the Mellon Bank. I mean, this just goes on.
Wow. Wow. You hear about Nunez's family getting really harassed real bad with the deep state?
Who
You heard
was?
anything about that? Nunez, his whole family. They're getting threats and everything else, man.
Wow. Isn't he suing the CNN?
Yep. Yeah, I believe that's part of it. But yeah, tempers are flying, pretty bad. Everywhere. Well, for the deep state anyway, they're losing. And they don't like it. It's too bad. Drain that swamp.
When law enforcers turn out to be lawbreakers, nobody is safe. POTUS, Obama Justice Department, a broken and corrupt machine. I'm done being quiet. This Lisa Page came out today, the one that was, she said she didn't do nothing wrong.
Yeah.
When does a bird sing? This is them over in Q puts a pressure on Lisa Page.
All right.
We got that. Interesting. Adam Schiff announced the eyes have it. That's right.
Yeah, it is. They have it all right. Beady.
The old Five Eyes do have that. Do not underestimate. Let me see here. Do a little web browser check.
Thank you very much. It is my honor to sign an executive order. We're going to be doing it right now to address a tragedy facing Native American communities, the crisis of missing and murdered American Indians and Alaska Natives, in particular women and children. It's a tremendous problem. It's been going on for a long time, many decades, beyond that. And we're going to address it and address it very strongly. We're grateful to be joined by Attorney General William Barr, Secretary David Bernhardt, other members of my administration, and several terrific Native American leaders. These are great leaders. The statistics are sobering and heartbreaking. Recently, more than 5,000 Native American women and girls were reported missing in a single year, while the majority return home or are found. Too many are still missing, and their whereabouts are unknown, and they usually don't find them. One study showed that Native American women in certain tribal communities are 10 times more likely to be murdered than the average American. The victims and their families deserve action, and this should have happened many years ago. With my order today, we're launching Operation Lady Justice, an interagency task force led by Attorney General Barr and Secretary Bernhardt to develop an aggressive government-wide strategy to end this terrible situation. The Department of Justice will also be issuing grants to improve safety in Native American communities. We will leverage every resource we have to bring safety to our tribal communities, and we will not waver in this mission. We're taking this very seriously. This has never been done before, and I've seen it just by reading and watching the news. It's a very serious problem. It's a horrible problem. This is only the latest action my administration has taken to support American Indians and Alaska Natives. I signed legislation restoring benefits that were unfairly taken away from Alaska Natives serving in Vietnam. In March, I launched an initiative to improve the health and safety of children in the care of Indian Health Service. And in September, we hosted the first ever National Tribal Broadband Summit. And earlier this month, the White House hosted the first ever Native American Veterans Conference. Some of the folks in the room were there. With Operation Lady Justice, we will bring new hope to Native American communities across the nation. We will deliver justice for the victims, closure for the families, and safety to those in harm's way. And on behalf of every missing or murdered Native American woman and child, I am going to sign this order, and it will be a great honor to be signing this order. And thank you all for being here. Thank you very much. Okay. So that's something that should have been done a long time ago, decades ago, frankly. So we have with us some of the great leaders. Melanie Benjamin, Chief Executive of the Mile Lax Band. We have Byron, and would you like to say something? Come here a minute, Melanie. Say a few words, please.
Buju ani nanishnabe du minogijigad nungum, Melanie Benjamin Indigo, and it is my honor, my privilege to be here today with the signing, because we cannot have this happening anymore. It's a historical day to know that our missing and murdered women have a place and a remembrance, and that we care about them and their families. So, Mr. President, Chimigwech, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, so she goes on. Just
all right.
Yeah, no, she says it's a good start. I've kind of read it, but
right on.
and I agree. You know, hey, can't go wrong. Can't. All right, my machine's running hot because I got a couple of videos done today, and it's doing all right. It's just kind of glitchy on me over here. Okay, so just some headlines here. Look at this. I'm done being quiet. FBI lovebird Lisa Page, the one that was with old Peter Stroganoff. FBI lovebird Lisa Page breaks the silence on the eve of the DOJ IG report. So they're even calling it the eve. So what, are we led to believe it's a third then? And I was kind of correct on that because, well, not me. Like the Q itself, the first hint was a DE and then the capital C. C equals 3. So it was like December 3rd. Too easy. But was that correct? I don't know. We'll see. It hasn't come yet. So, but they're calling it the eve. On the eve of the DOJ, or they're just calling it the eve. That was from December 1st. So they're saying it's coming today. Did it come today? Am I missing something here?
Maybe not yet.
I'm still here listening. What's happening? What happened? Did something happen? Oh.
Oh.
A little fluid pours up in the room. What's up, fluid? Simone Ellis. We got some mods in here. Face. Simone.
Yeah.
Two
Mr.
mods.
X. Tammy Tansy, whoever that is.
So former FBI lawyer Lisa Page, who gained notoriety during the anti-Trump lover tweeting barrage between her and her former FBI agent lover Peter Strzok, who, by the way, was ousted by his very disgruntled, bitter ex-wife, who saw the text messages on his phone, not due to diligent FBI investigative work looking into their employees' mishappenings and stuff like that. So it was nothing to do. It was the old classic tale of the old scorned wife. And I'm turning you in, you SOB. And she did.
Yep.
So.
A woman slammed the hammer down.
So she, Lisa Page, not the ex-wife, but the ex-lover of his, is speaking out publicly for the first time just days before the Department of Justice. So it could still be the 5th, folks. I misread that article, but... And what would they know anyway? Even though these are good articles that we like to read, don't ever, I don't take dates lightly. I mean, even though this one's all around December 9th, right? That's actually been put out by, I think, him himself, Horowitz, I don't know. So just days before the Department of Justice Inspector General report is due out, set for release on the 9th, Peter Strzok and Page and Strzok exchanged text messages which were made public that exposed their affair and showed extreme bias, political bias, with statements that fueled concern of a deep state conspiracy against President Trump. Now, even though all those text messages blatantly said things like, we're going to stop him, we got insurance, we got to make sure he doesn't win, and if he does win, we got an insurance plan, which is, we come to find out to be this Russia collusion story that'll just smear him. But yet we had to listen to this guy and a host of others go on congressional hearings last summer, and tell us, no, this wasn't what you were seeing happen. It's like it says right here, you killed the guy and you buried the body, and we found the body in that exact spot. Yeah, see, if I know the illusion of what that looks like, I mean, that's basically what it is, and it's really wild. And then at the same time, they're like, no, Trump's racist. And you look, and there's nothing there, while they have the black face on, and they're actually in the white robe with the white pointy hat, and they're telling you that Trump's racist, and you're like, well, what about you? Look at you. And they're like, no, I ripped my card up last week.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, folks. I mean, it's clear. So we don't. Horowitz is just a man on Earth that was there to look into all this. Now, do we have? That's why we say don't have a lot of faith, or do it's a man? I would say we wait for this paper to come out. I know there's the left starting to jump the gun on this man and come out and say it's going to undermine everything Trump said because Trump doesn't know nothing. If that's the case, then we're led to believe that he didn't do his job, that he is now part of the problem and in the way. So now Trump's only option would be the Insurrection Act to clean up the coup himself. The old saying, if you want something done right, do it yourself.
Oh, yeah. Hey, it will happen. It will happen.
Well, I did an interesting article today on this exact thing. This is not the first time that we've had a coup. We had a coup around Abraham Lincoln, and people got hung. Democrats tried, they didn't want to abide by the president that was voted in. We know the history. If you know history, folks, then it tells you everything then. They basically plotted and they got a man killed because of all their coup and plotting and trying to overthrow, and they didn't want him, they didn't accept him, they didn't want him. Very similar to what's going on today.
So there was a lot of this going on.
Yeah. Yep.
Really, it happened. It really happened.
So
in reality, it could happen again. In reality, I'm not saying they're going to do that, but you got to do something, everybody. You can't lift up the rug and kind of get rid of it that way. It ain't happening. There's still a lump there. It won't go away till you drain the swamp. Zzz, out.
Yep.
Yeah. Evidently, Trump didn't get a key to the executive room, so he built his own executive room. He's got his own key. Yeah, he don't belong in that little umbrella, man. He just doesn't belong there, and I'm so glad. Yep, so glad.
All right. Just kind of wanted to touch base here, get a little live show out today, which we did. I think we're going to shut it down. My computer's acting real. It's been on too long. It's been on since 6 o'clock this morning. I should have did a little restart. But I gotten some videos out. This is, with this being the live feed today here for about a 45-minute run. This is a third video.
Well, you got two done earlier.
Yeah,
so.
two are out now,
Yeah.
and then this live feed, this is 3. This is not,
yeah.
This is just us kind of shooting the old crap and looking at some headlines. But I wanted to just do a live thing. I like doing, I'm going to be doing different times and different tests this week. So look for some odd kind of behavior. I'm, just trying to look at what the best time is to reach the most of you. So I know, like last night's numbers, which was close to 600. Right now we're peaking at about 3. This is Monday at 1:30 going into 2:30. So yes, you guys have a great afternoon. Look for another video possibly later this evening. I'm working on something already. There's just so much coming out, and with the release, we're looking for D-Class anytime. D-Class before Horowitz releases on the 9th, because we know those dates are important. The 9th, Horowitz releases the rest of the FISA abuse, which could be or could not be bombshells, could undermine everything Trump said, like they're saying, or it could be the bombshell on everything that they're trying to hide. Secondly, then he's going to go and testify. Bet your bottom dollar we'll be broadcasting that live if it's available to see Horowitz questioned by both, sides of the House. Thirdly, Congress goes into session shortly after that on the 11th, and then 2 days later on the 13th, Congress goes not into session. Congress goes into, Congress adjourns. So they go on break, basically, not in session. So there you go. What happens then? Indictments. Is a coup stopped? Who's going to stop the coup? That's the new question.
I can't wait.
Yeah. No,
I really can't wait. This is, the top of the mountain. It's really important, heavy.
And that can tell you lots of stuff at that point.
Oh, yeah.
For us here, too, is, where we're at. Everyone's like, how long are you going to do this? Well, these are lots of tipping points here. I don't think we go, if somebody's got to stop the coup, and it can't be, Trump can't investigate nobody that's a political enemy. How did they investigate Trump when he was? How come nobody screamed back then? Well, they had reason to believe he was working with the Russia. Well, they were wrong. Trump's not. I haven't heard or seen any evidence that Trump worked with Russia. So evidently they didn't have any evidence back then that, people around them were embedded into the, Russian, working with Russians, and I just don't see it. So it seems like there was lies placed around them, and then
they try everything.
Well, we don't move forward. We can't move forward, right? As a country, justice has to be met. Otherwise, we just
2020.
Yep, that's right.
2020, man.
Gitmo. Hashtag
Bottom line.
Gitmo. That's right. Hashtag feed.
Oh, yeah.
Feed Gitmo. It's hungry. It's hungry. It's hungry.
Yeah, it's gonna be overcrowded pretty soon.
All right, Woodman brother.
They'll start doing that. Airborne, everybody.
We'll see you back
God
here real
bless you.
soon. You guys keep fighting for your rights and don't give up nothing. Don't give up anything to these idiots again for free. Nothing. Hold everything you have, all your rights, and because it's hard to get anything back once you give it up to these idiots. That's basically what I want to say. All right, God bless each and every one of you, and we'll see you back here real soon on the next update. Patriot Hour coming later this evening. Make sure you're subscribed. Take a look around the channel. Share this video. Share other videos all across your social media platforms while you can. I appreciate it. Woodman does too. Ben does as well. And we'll see you back here real soon. Again, PatriotsFest2020 at Gmail. Email us if you're planning on coming. We'll get back to you soon. Don't expect anything like an automatic reply because we don't have that set up. This is us doing the work. We got a flyer to make, but eventually you will get that email back to you if you've emailed there. Links are down below. Again, have a great afternoon, folks. See you back here.